Hey, what's up, everyone? I am joined by Keith Giles and Jeff Turner, and Keith and myself are the owners of Quoir Publishing, and we have Jeff Turner, who is an author and about to be a partner in some way with Quoir, and we want to tell you what that way is today. So I don't know who wants to go first. Keith, Jeff, say hi.
Hey,
Hey, honored to be here and honored to be a part of it.
Yeah,
yeah,
so Jeff, kind of give the background of what were you doing that got our attention to say, hang on real quick, come talk to us real quick. What were you doing that led to that?
Yeah, well, I was thinking on the variety of very rich texts that kind of are just languishing in obscurity out there, um, that are in the public domain, that are readily available in different formats, but are again languishing in obscurity because most people just don't know where or how to access them. And it just sort of occurred to me that, hey, maybe I should try to give these things some new life and let these authors who, though dead, speak again. And so I just kind of took it upon myself to start doing some editing of some works that were influential in my own, theological transformation, deconstructive journey, or whatever one wants to call it, and books that were really of great benefit to me that I sort of wanted to give new life to and be able to give back to people who might not otherwise be able to access them or know where or how to access them. And so I started with a couple more classic theological texts, or at least that I consider classic theological texts. And yeah, that's really kind of where it started. And Matt reached out to me and was like, I like this idea. Let's talk.
hmm
Yeah, and the funny thing is that when we told Raphael about it, and Raphael, the founder of Quoir Publishing, he was like, "Oh yeah, I had that idea a long time ago, and he was going to give it a certain name, and which we didn't use, and I took flack for it." Um, but yeah, Quoir kind of stepped in and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And then the minute you said it, it was like, "Oh, that's genius," because these works are in the public domain. So anything in the public domain can be rebranded, reprinted, um, and but adding new content as well. So you can add a preface or a foreword, and then you can sell this. And in my mind, I was like, oh, instantly, boom. How about how about an imprint of Quoir Classics? And it was like, ding, let's do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great idea, and so I think it's something, and it's going to help us a lot too, because Jeff, I mean, in this arrangement, this partnership that we're doing, you're going to be the one kind of like we're gonna select the titles together, but you're going to be the one helping to put them together. We're going to have new covers. I think the plan is we're going to do titles in different categories, right? So there'll be we're going to do some in theology, but also like mystics, poetry, literature. Help me out. What are some other topics that categories that we were looking into?
Well, I mean, you could do things like Jeff had the idea of like the psychology,
Oh,
Freud.
that's right. Oh, yes.
You
Yes.
could do Jung,
Yeah.
right?
Carl Jung. Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that in the public domain?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But then you could do philosophy, Aristotle,
Yeah.
uh,
Plato,
Plato. You do
Socrates.
Aquinas.
hmm
The cool thing about it is we can't give away too much, so we can't give away details
Yeah.
on what we're doing.
We
But
can't speak of it yet, but there's good
yeah,
things coming. Yeah.
the the opportunity is where you can the new material, the new content that goes with it is going to be a forward by fill in the blank. And so the opportunities I would love to be able to provide some stuff. I know you both are authors. Keith, you've written a book or two,
A couple. Yeah.
or maybe 8, 20.
Yeah.
But it's a cool idea, and so I was just happy, Jeff, that you were doing that. And then it was like, how can we partner to benefit both, right? So yeah, everything will be color coordinated. You'll want to collect like the collections because the amount of things we can do is kind of endless. It's amazing what's out there in the public domain.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. And once I think after the initial meeting, there was a Google Doc, and some of these categories were already kind of filled in of like these are potentially some of the titles that we could be doing. And when I scanned through it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is unreal. I think that's when I started getting excited personally, because I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Like Quoir could publish an updated edition with a new forward by, of a book like we were saying, St. Teresa of Avila or Julian of Norwich or even some of the literature that's out there. It's really astounding. I mean, I think when people start to see these coming out from Quoir, number one, they're going to be shocked, but hopefully they're going to get excited like we are, because I think it'll be an opportunity. Matt and I were talking that I think it's going to be an opportunity for people, and like you were saying, Jeff, there's probably some books out there that either people have heard about or maybe they've heard other people recommend them, and they're just like, yeah, I know, I'm meaning to read that, but I don't know. And then what we're hoping is that once we come up with these new editions with new covers, with new forwards by more recognizable and established authors and influencers, that it'll be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to pick that up. And I need that in my collection. I need to be able to read that. I need to go ahead and do that. And so hopefully it's going to encourage people to start reading and go back and rediscover some of these really, truly classic titles that are going to be not just entertaining, but, insightful. And, there's just some really great stuff out there. So I couldn't be more excited, actually. Matt and I can't stop talking about this. So it's really cool.
It is really cool. Yeah. So thanks, Jeff, for being a part of this.
Hey, I'm honored. Thanks for asking me to be a part of it, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So we don't have a date yet, but you can be forewarned that there's some big things coming in early 23, I believe.
That's right.
We are working on the template for everything, and it'll be coming shortly.
Yes.
To a bookstore named Amazon.
To an online retail outlet.
An online retailer. Now they'll be in, you can get regular copies, hard copies, and then Kindle copies.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that more in the future, but just wanted to share that with everyone. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, everybody.
Our little video.
Thank you.